What would you do if you found yourself walking down a dark, narrow hallway, and at the end of it, there's a strange door with an eye? Most of us would probably stop, turn away, or pretend we never saw it. But children are different. They fear the unknown, but to understand the world, they must walk into fear itself. Firefrog's Little Nightmare 2 adventure begins now. Mono comes out of the TV. The boundary between reality and imagination is thinner than you think. The world inside the screen we look at every day. Maybe that's where we are trapped. Now Mono crosses that boundary, walking into darkness. The world is strange, and strangers are frightening. So Six ran away. Honestly, even I wouldn't trust a kid wearing a paper bag over his head. But maybe Mono hid himself with that bag. When the world becomes too scary, children find their own ways. The fear is still there, but the moment they hold hands, that anxiety slowly turns into hope. Not because they trust each other, but because they cannot face this world alone. Just as they start to trust each other, a greater danger approaches. A hunter who, like the pale man from Pan's Labyrinth, feeds on the children's fears. He doesn't stop, trembling with fear. Mono and Six run with all their might. In this moment, cooperation is not a choice. It's a necessity for survival. The children are forced to break and kill in order to protect themselves. Whether their choice was right, no one can say. Leaving the forest, another fear awaits. This time it's not guns or traps. Rules, surveillance, replication. This place is school. Not all rules are bad. Like Coraline's real mother, sometimes cold and indifferent, but rooted in love. But the rules here are different. Like Captain Vidal from Pan's Labyrinth, demanding obedience, cutting to fit the mold, a world of control and oppression. Children become identical dolls, carved, assembled, their individuality breaks, like fragile porcelain. Mono and Six broke the order and fled, but maybe it wasn't just fear. It was a choice to protect themselves from oppression and control. What kind of adults are we? What kind of parents? The line between teaching and oppression is closer than we think in a child's world. Does healing mean fixing only what's broken? Or does it mean tearing apart even what's still whole? This is not a place for healing. It's a place for assembling bodies and preserving minds like trophies. They move, but they're not alive. A body without will is just another mechanical part. This grotesque and unsettling transformation of the body is called body horror. It magnifies the primal fear of losing control over our own flesh. Altering parts of the body creates a deeper, more unsettling fear. In Coraline, the other mother forces children to sew buttons into their eyes. That scene, where a child's body is manipulated, remains one of the most disturbing moments in any children's film. So people look for escape. They run away from this terrifying reality, hiding inside screens and fantasies. But there are monsters there too. Whether it's reality or illusion, fear always follows. After escaping the hospital, they reach the city, but something is wrong. It's too quiet. Everything is twisted and bent. In the center of the city, there's a massive transmission tower. People stare at its glow until they lose their minds and throw themselves away. Reality and fantasy blur together. The line between truth and lies disappears. For some, the tower is a tool of control. For others, it's the final escape. And sometimes, that escape ends in death. Mono keeps running, without knowing why. He keeps fleeing from the thin man. The child who once faced fear with curiosity now has nothing left but escape. But eventually, Mono realizes something. Running away won't change anything. Fear doesn't disappear when you run. You have to face it to finally end it. So Mono stops running. Now, he faces the thin man. For a child, the only way to overcome fear is to confront it head on. But after defeating the thin man, Mono faces yet another fear. The Six he finds again is no longer the same. She has become a monster. Clutching her music box, she hides inside her own world. Maybe, just maybe, instead of facing her fear, she locked herself away. Six turns the music box. For a moment, the world stops. No one can hurt her. No one can reach her. But it's only a brief escape. Fear doesn't disappear just because you hide inside a music box. Mono finally breaks Six's music box. Some might ask, why didn't he just leave it? Why break it? But fear doesn't disappear just because you run from it. In the end, you have to face it. In Pan's Labyrinth, Ophelia refuses to sacrifice her baby brother. Even in the face of real-world violence, she keeps her own choice. She pays the price for that choice. But in the end,
hágase pues vuestra voluntad, Alteza.
she returns as a princess in her own fantasy world.
Y habéis elegido bien, Alteza.
But this story is a little different. Mono broke the music box for Six, but Six couldn't understand that. Childhood wounds are always that deep. For Six, The moment her music box shattered became a memory of betrayal, and in the end, she let go of his hand. In a child's world too, betrayal and pain can cut just as deep as in an adult's. Mono falls into the darkness of this world. Children, overcome fear with curiosity and learn about the world. Along the way, they grow and they get hurt. The end of this story is a little sad, but maybe, even if we don't know the end, we must protect children's curiosity. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Your support means a lot.